Hi, in this free video drum lesson, I'm going to teach you how to play the verse drum beat from the song Sunburn from Muse's first album, drummed by the ever quirky Dominic Howard. You can get the music for this lesson from my website. Just follow the link beneath this video. You can download a free PDF with both the actual version and the simplified version of the drum beat, because in this video I'm also going to show you a simplified version of this beat so that at least you can have a go at it if you're finding the way Dominic actually plays it a little bit too difficult. You can get hundreds of video drum lessons just like this one from my Drum Masters video song pack available from my website. There's also a link for that beneath this video. I highly recommend you check it out, have a look around, see if it floats your boat or not. You can email me if you've got any questions as well about any of the products that I sell, both downloadable and deliverable on DVD disc. Okay, so let's take a look at the actual lesson itself. Well, we'll get into the actual lesson, but first of all, before we look at the actual drum beats, the word actual being used quite a lot here, let's look at the simplified version first. So yes, it's 2 bars long. It occurs 7 seconds into the song. You know what I'm talking about. And let's take a look at bar 1 first. So Dominic is playing all the way through bar 1, 8th notes on the hi-hat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And on beat 1, we have a snare drum falling in between the hi-hats on 1 and ands. 1 E and, a normal volume snare drum, so played normal volume. Then we have a bass drum falling in between the hi-hats on and 2, a bass drum falling on the of 1. So in between the hi-hats on and 2, we have a bass drum, and 2. And beat 2 is actually a snare drum with the hi-hat, so we get and 2. So beat 1 up to beat 2 would sound like this: 1 E and 2. Even slower. If the pulse is 3 and 4 and 1 E and 2. On to beat 2, and what we have is a bass drum following straight after the snare drum, again in between the hi-hats on the E of 2. So in between the hi-hats on 2 and we have another bass drum, straight after the snare drum. 2 E and, 2 E and. So the 2 bass drums that have occurred so far haven't occurred on beat 1, which is weird to start off with because you lose where the pulse is if you're not training your ear to the melody of the song, which is cool to start off with. But the 2 bass drums fall just before and just after the snare drum. So we get quite a nice feel there. So let me play up to the and of beat 2 slowly. 1 E and 2 E and. 1 E and 2 E and. A bit faster. 1 E and 2 E and. 1 E and 2 E and. 1 E and 2 E and. And up to tempo. That's the quarter note. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 E and 2 and 1 E and 2 and 1 E and 2 and. Okay, so on to beat 3, very simple. 3 and 3 and. Nothing more to say about that. Beat 4, we have 2 snare drum notes, 4 and in the actual version we're going to turn one of those into a buzz stroke, which we'll get onto later on. So bar 1 slowly, 1 E and 2 E and 3 and 4 and. A bit faster, 1 E and 2 E and 3 and 4 and. A bit faster still. And up to tempo. That's pretty much it though, I think. Okay, on to bar 2, and it starts the same way. Beat 3 is 3 and then beat 4, by the way, that's 2 bass drums there, bass drum with the hi-hat. Beat 4, we play 4 E on the snare drum, right, left, right, back up on the hi-hat on the and of 4. 4 E and, right, left, right. It's a flow of notes. So from beat 3 of bar 2 we get 3 and 4 E and, 3 and 4 E and. So bar 2 slowly, 1 E and a 2 E and 3 and 4 E and 1 E and a 2 E and 3 and 4 E and 1 E and a 2 E and 3 and 4 E and. Whoops. And again. I'm thinking ahead, so I missed out the bass drum. Okay, so let me try and put the two bars together now, play them slowly. 1 E and a 2 E and 3 and 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and 3 and 4 E and. A bit faster. Starting to sound more like the drum beat now. And up to speed. I think that was pretty much the tempo. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Beautiful. So it's still relatively tricky that because we've got bass drums falling in between hi-hats, snare drums falling in between hi-hats, and there's no bass drums on one, which a lot of drummers really need to get through. I certainly did when I first started. Without the bass drum on beat one, you feel like you're floating. But what I did originally when I first heard this song was I learned the drum beat from listening to it lots and lots. I couldn't read when I first tried to play along to this music. Couldn't read music, so I learned it purely from ear. And so the lack of bass drum on beat one, I didn't realise there was no bass drum on beat one because I wasn't counting. It was only until I wrote it out that I realised. So you can learn this kind of stuff just from hearing it lots and lots and copying from your ears and not worrying about the little rules that this drum beat tends to be breaking in its cool kind of way. Okay, so there's the simplified version. Let's now take a look at the actual version. So let's take a look at bar one first, and we've only got 3 differences. The first 2 differences compared to the simplified version are some ghost notes that are going to be added. So if you've got the music out in front of you, then you'll see on the of 2 and the E of 3, in between the hi-hats, we have 2 snare drum notes written in brackets. They just simply mean play quietly. They're ghost notes. They're played with a left hand about an inch up off the drum. Play them quietly compared to your normal volume. There's ghost note, there's normal volume, ghost note. So from the and of beat 2, we get and a 3 E, and then and on bass drum. And a 3 E and a 3 E and, which is just right, left, right, left, right. And a 3 E and, 2 ghost notes in a row between the hi-hats. The next difference is a technique called a buzz stroke. And if you're not used to this or never done a buzz stroke before, then you're probably going to find it quite weird to start off with. I still find it weird. It's not particularly good to demonstrate on a rubber pad. It works really well on a snare drum, which is a lot more sensitive, but I'll do my best. The way I play it, and please don't take my word as gospel on this, the technique I've sort of taught myself how to do a buzz, but it works, is to take the back 3 fingers off the stick, because normally my fingers are around the back of the stick, like that. So my fingers come off the stick, I squeeze tight between my thumb and first finger, and I push vertically into the drum. The harder you squeeze here, the more times, the quicker it bounces. If I've got a loose grip here and here, then it bounces slowly. If I squeeze tight, then I get a quicker buzz. And you want to squeeze it relatively tight. You want to get this sort of tempo of buzz. So beat 4, we have a normal snare drum note. And then immediately afterwards on the and, you strike the hi-hat and snare drum again, but the snare drum's a buzz. So you get 4 and 4 and 4 and. Right after each other. So a normal snare drum note followed by a buzz. So let me try and play bar 1 slowly for you and listen out for that buzz at the end. Let's see if I can do that. Here we go. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and 4 and a bit faster. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and 4 and notice when you loop it, 4 and 1 E. You got 4 and right left because you got the E on the snare drum straight at the beginning of the bar. So be aware of that. Let me try a little bit faster. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and 4 and I'm naturally hitting rim shots when I hit the accents. 1 E and a 2, 4 and. Not every time. I'm not perfect, but I try to hit a rim shot, centre of the snare drum and the edge at the same time for those louder snare drum notes. Makes the dynamics even more exciting. You've got really loud, really quiet, and sort of hi-hat in the middle. And sort of you've got all the ranges. Let me try bar 1 up to speed. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so work on that. With a little bit of practice, you shouldn't find that too difficult. It's not a very difficult technique. It's just for one note, you feel like your left hand's out of control because it's bouncing all over the place. But with a bit of practice, you can get the buzz with your left hand to feel very comfortable and like you're in control again. Let's take a look at bar 2 now. And what we've got here are some extra ghost notes again, except we're going to double up the ghost notes. So the extra ghost notes occur on the of 2, the E of 3, and the of 3. So we've got 3 ghost notes in a row in between the hi-hats. So let's not double them up yet. Let's start from the and of 2, and we get this. And 3 E and And what it does is we go into the 4 E and bit at the end. So slowly we from the and of 2 again. And 3 E and 4 E and 3 E and 4 E and just I might as well tell you now that there's another ghost note at the end of the bar as well on the of 4. So 4 E and So back to the ghost notes we just talked about. So from the and of 2 and 3 E and 4 E. Not quite. I've got those ghost notes way too loud. Here we go. And 3 E and 4 E and. And what we're going to do is we're going to double up those ghost notes, hence the little slash through the note stem. And you're going to play them, start the double where you'd normally play the ghost note, i.e. in the middle, exactly in the middle, in between the hi-hats. But you're going to play 2 notes instead of 1. Kind of like a drag rudiment. It feels like you're dragging into the next hi-hat note. Left, left, right, left, left, right. Exactly 2 notes. It's not a buzz, it's double. Has a distinct sound, 2 notes. So from the and of 2, slowly we get and 3 E and 4 E and I didn't double the let me try that again. And 3 E and 4 E and So we get and 4 E and da 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 da. Left, left, right, left, right. Quite a cool sound. It's hard for me to play this slowly. Let me try and speed up a little bit. And 3 E and 4 E and Let me just try the whole bar because out of context it sounds a bit weird. If we loop round the bar a few times, then you can sort of hear where it falls. Bar 2 slowly. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and It's hard breaking it down slowly. Let me try a bit faster. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and Bit faster still. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a. And up to speed. So when you speed it up, it sounds like a blur of notes, but there's nothing really complicated going on. The only thing complicated is you've got to be able to play those doubles relatively fast at that speed. So that's the tricky bit, playing two notes with your left hand that quickly and quietly without your hand falling off. Let me try and play the 2 bars how he actually plays it slowly. Here we go. 2 bars together. Bit faster. And a bit faster still. And finally up to tempo. Here we go. Both bars together. So there you go. What a beauty of a drum beat. Great fun to play, especially along to the song. It fits so wonderfully. If you've got any questions about any of that, then you can email me. Best place to contact me is on my Facebook page. Type in Drums the Word into Facebook and you'll find my business page. So please like it using the like button. You know what I mean. Yes, you can email me through there. You can check out the Drum Masters video song pack. There's a link beneath this video, hundreds of videos and charts and an ebook, all delivered on DVD disc, so please do check that out. And if I don't speak to you before Christmas, have a very Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Maybe I'll be able to squeeze in one more video before I break up for a few days. But if I don't, have a good one. Happy drumming. See you next time. In 2012, perhaps. Bye.